It's a win-win-win. The client wins, right? Because we're now putting them in a situation where they don't have that anxiousness about their retirement. But the agent who then makes that referral, whether inside impact or outside impact, whether contracted with the carriers that we utilize or not, they get 50% of the revenue generated from those commissions. And it's been phenomenal. Over the last 12 months, Dallas, over $2.7 million of commissionable dollars back in the pockets of our agents.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Medicare Sales Playbook. I'm your host, Dallas Keithley, and we appreciate you jumping in here with us today. So today, guys, I don't know how this one's going to go because we have a guest on today who has self-glossed himself as the man that knows the least about Medicare, but has worked with more Medicare people, okay? I don't know what that means, but no. Today we're going to have a great episode. Today, if I were going to title the episode, it would be how to turn $626 of commission into over $10,000 worth of commission. We brought on today from Impact Legacy Group, Mr. Pat Schmidt. Pat, welcome to the show, man.
Man, I felt like you set the bar really low
that
for
was
me
a
here.
horrible introduction.
That was great. That's great. I'm really excited about it. It can only go up.
This guy's awful. He doesn't know anything. Welcome to the show.
Can we see active your live, like your subscribers?
Yeah.
No, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Long-time listener, believe it or not.
Long-time listener, first-time
You
caller.
probably think, first time. I appreciate you finally taking my call.
Yeah.
I've actually really enjoyed, that sounds terrible, but I've really enjoyed it. Obviously, we have an affiliation with Life Insurance Academy through my organization, and truly enjoy. Those are different divisions and different areas of the insurance world, but there's so many things that do offer that cohesion. And in my industry, as we'll talk about here today, obviously, correlates so well with a lot of those agents. So understanding how they go about their business, the way they think, the way that they develop their businesses truly helps my team and my division we'll talk to better assist and help and then build out this retirement side of what they do.
Yeah. So, and all joking aside, I believe what you are doing for the Medicare industry is enormous. It's going to allow, and guys, today may be the most applicable show that we've ever done, because when we get done today, they could have you helping them on a case tomorrow.
Without question.
I don't care what FMO, IMO, LMNOP, whatever.
Doesn't matter, without taking any additional certifications, without having to try to dive in and figure this out on their own.
Yeah.
Just creating a relationship and creating some referrals for our team to be able to assist and help can make just mounds of difference, not just for them, but those clients that they're already helping with their health and Medicare.
Yeah. Are you not intrigued, right? So
and look at the needles going out. They're back. They're back.
Hold on. I don't have to get certifications. That's all Medicare agents heard. No certifications, and they're in, right? So, okay. So let's talk about, first of all, who you are, your background, what you do, where you came from.
Loaded. So Pat Schmidt, I'm the managing partner with our advanced market division. What does that mean? I oversee our retirement division under the Impact Legacy Group, where we have built out an entire comprehensive division that comes alongside, I'm going to say our agents, but as you made mention there a moment ago, we assist agents even outside of our Impact Legacy Group organization, assisting, coaching, developing, and helping them with their clients close, most specifically, annuity cases.
Okay. So there at Impact, you guys brought in an advisor to help agents close more close more annuity business.
It's been phenomenal, right? So we launched this division in January of 2023 with two missions in mind. One is we want to create incredible training, coaching, development, because these Medicare agents, obviously they're working with folks 65 and up, doing incredible work and putting together. I mean, one of the biggest anxious moments that folks have are their healthcare, right? And what that cost is going to look like. But the unfortunate truth is when that client leaves their office, or walks away from having that necessarily put all their anxiousness when it comes to retirement. That number one fear that they have is that fear of running out of money.
Right.
And what we can do is come alongside those Medicare agents, those Medicare experts, and help provide phenomenal plans to give those clients peace of mind that they'll never outlive their money. Awesome.
So, and it only makes sense because, and I know I talking with Brian Askins and stuff at Impact, they have, in talking with Brian, he said, man, we're getting near the 50, 60,000 throughout all of Impact Medicare clients that they have helped. But I know he was telling me 2 years ago, before you came on, do you remember how much annuity production they put through?
I think in the calendar year before, I think it was somewhere under $10 million was the total annuity business across the entire agency of, a couple thousand different agents. Some agents obviously doing a little bit more. Most agents, we joke, didn't know how many letters of N are in the word annuity, right?
Yeah.
And so we provided a great platform to help develop and help them close cases that they were comfortable or felt experienced enough to close. But the most exciting piece that we put in place, we call it internally our Elevate platform. Mm-hmm. And what that is, and we provided some incredible systems where those agents, we provide them some questions and ways to be able to engage and continue those conversations beyond healthcare, beyond Medicare, that dig into those big concerns as they have with retirement, stock market risk, their income, long-term care, all areas where annuities can be designed to be great tools to help overcome those, what we call retirement roadblocks. Mm-hmm. And so what we've done is we provided some systems where that agent, as they identify with that client, they have an ability to be able to put them immediately on our calendar for us to then do a virtual meeting with them, Zoom, phone call, depending on where they're located, be able to meet with them in person and be able to, most importantly, equip that family, equip that client with the strategies, the tools, the things that they need to make sure that they can have an incredibly confident retirement.
Okay, so to put it real simply, and we keep talking about impact agents. It doesn't have to be an impact agent. That's where you're based and where you've set up the program.
That's where we started. And what's been incredible is to see this domino effect of now agents that we are helping outside of the organization because they have felt ill-equipped to be able to help their clients, right? They hear the concerns of their person sitting across the table, but they don't feel experienced. And a lot of agents who have focused in Medicare, whether it's short-term or for a long period of time, they don't want to try to dig in and try to figure it out because they're nervous about, screwing something up for their client. But now they have peace of mind to be able to turn that over to an experienced retirement team who can then be able to not just put those strategies in place, but we haven't got to the part where the agents really like because it's a win-win-win. The client wins, right? Because we're now putting them in a situation where they don't have that anxiousness about their retirement. But the agent who then makes that referral, whether inside Impact or outside Impact, whether contracted with the carriers that we utilize or not, they get 50% of the revenue generated from those commissions. And it's been phenomenal. Over the last 12 months, Dallas, over $2.7 million of commissionable dollars back in the pockets of our agents. Now, behind that $2.7 million is a ton of families that we're helping literally across this country.
Yeah. So, like I said, okay, so to simplify it, I'm sitting there, I've got Bob with me, and as a Medicare agent myself, I know I've left a lot of money on the table throughout my years of helping people. So I've got Bob there. We've been talking for an hour about Medicare, and we've laid out all the plans, and we've done all that stuff. Now, for one thing, because I sit there and I look at, man, what an opportunity. Agents are getting in front of clients who are retiring, right? The two big concerns they have are my health insurance and my money. I'm taking care of the health insurance part. But clients, I've always said, if I turn around and I say, okay, Bob, we've got your Medicare taken care of. You're good to go there. Now, let's look at your finances. right? That's kind of like going to your dentist and him saying, listen, I notice your neck is kind of sore. Why don't you let me take a crack at that too? We've got your teeth fixed. Now let's go into this. Clients will pigeonhole you as the Medicare guy.
Absolutely. And it's a great thing. And you can play off of that.
Yeah, exactly. But to go into, and I think that's why a lot of agents don't start talking about finance, is they feel like I'm this guy. And like you said earlier, I don't want to mess up Bob's life. Bob's got $614,000 in a 401k, and that's all he has, that and Social Security, right? I don't want to take a crack at it, right? I don't know anything about it. So what I can then do is I can put them on your calendar, say, Bob, I've got somebody I want you to meet. Pat's going to come back. We're going to come back next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. I'm going to bring Pat via laptop, and we're going to sit here and talk about your finances.
You know, the CEO of our group, Impact Legacy Group, is Brian Askins, and one of the things that he created a couple of years ago, and now our agents are using it across the country, is internally, you know, you may call it a cross-selling sheet, but it's a services guide that lays out
put that out
all
there,
those pieces. Have it wonderful. It was the one episode I probably didn't see. Right? Yeah. But literally, you know, people don't know some of the things that you might be able to offer. But more importantly, we're in an age, as you were alluding to, is people want a specialist, right? I'm not going to go to my primary care physician if I want a knee replacement, right? But I may lean on that primary care physician. Hey, who do you recommend? Who can I go to? Who's the best of the best? I get to do this one time. These folks get to retire one time. Let's put them in front of an expert who knows this industry, who has experience, who's been in this business, that's going to take great care of them. And meanwhile, you know, we're helping out that agent because they sit in our meetings. They get the opportunity to learn, develop as much as they want to be able to participate. Our team handles the application prep, the application closing, the moving of monies from wherever it's currently parked over with us and into the annuity, and then ultimately money just gets deposited as a commission into the agent's account. And what's been cool, Dallas, is the amount of agents who had never ever, you know, had the confidence to ever put any of these types of plans in place. Now leaning on our team, being able to assist and support. But the coolest part is how many of them now they're empowered to, when they have a case that they feel equipped to handle, they're closing that on their own.
They're learning by osmosis.
So I mentioned the
it.
$2.7 million of commissions. You know, what I'm not sharing with you is that there's another over $2 million now of those same agents, because they've now written it with their own pen, because they've seen our meeting process. They know how to handle objections. They're using some of our same language, the same jokes, man. And it's so much fun. I got a cool map that sits behind my desk back home. And we put a pin in it every time we've helped a different client. And it's just cool to see all the different states. I mean, Vermont out to California, I mean, coast to coast, and all the places in between.
Not New York.
That's a little bit challenging there. We're trying.
We don't like y'all. No, I'm just kidding. Best pizza on the planet. So we've got that. But let me go negative, if I may, for just a minute, because there's somebody out there going, okay, yeah, but he's getting 50% of the commission. You know, he's taking 50%. And yes, you are taking 50% of the commission. You're doing all the work. But I heard you talking to an agent here a while back that was hesitant about introducing you to his clientele. And I remember you asking him, how many annuities have you written over the last 5 years? And he said, well, 0. And
so he's getting 100% though.
Right now you're getting 100% of 0.
100% of 0.
Right? So the agent that we're talking to right now is not the agent that's writing annuities already. And let me ask you, who would be the ideal agent? If you're talking to an agent right now, who's the ideal agent? What's their size of book? They've never written an annuity that you would love to help.
I mean, it sounds silly, but all of them, right? Regardless of where they are in their career. But we have some phenomenal Medicare agents, a number who have been on the podcast with you that are in their early 20s. They have made our team.
Casey Askins, she was on,
literally just a part of their meeting process, right? So as they go through all the Medicare, hey, oh, by the way, the next step with us is we're going to do a complimentary retirement review. Would you be open to that conversation? Well,
You've already earned the trust.
Right. You've earned the trust. You built the relationship. You're now bringing in that specialist or expert, right? They've seen and know, okay, Casey, in that example, this is my health, this is my Medicare person. And sometimes, Medicare, a lot of these agents, they're doing seminars and they're meeting with folks who are not quite 65. So they can't even put a policy in place until they get to Medicare age, right? Well, this gives them an opportunity to stay engaged with that client all the way, whether they end up using us or not. But gosh, they get incredible value. And then when we close residual business from those clients, they also get treated as what we call an elevate. So they still get 50% from that in the future.
What do you mean residual business?
Yeah, so anything. So let's say that we get the referral from that Medicare agent, we close business, and big check goes deposited into that agent's pocket. Let's say a year from now, that same couple, let's say that there's a 401k that now becomes available that we can bring over, and that makes sense for the client to put into a fixed index annuity. That's another same elevate commission that happens for that same agent.
Wow.
Whether or not they're involved or not involved. And I'm not sure, I answered that question clearly, but or one of the questions that you had here, like, who can we help the most? It's that agent that doesn't want to navigate away from their core business.
Right.
And that's the platform that we set out to really be able to accomplish, because we didn't want to just provide a platform where it's the shiny new object and people are now alienating, whether it's life insurance or Medicare, wherever they focus the majority of their time, they're now being able to see those things rise together.
Nice. Now, if I'm sitting there and I've got 200 clients already on my books, I know you've done this with a lot of agents at Impact. How much money do you think, I know it's a very broad question, how much money do you think is possibly sitting in a 200 client book of Medicare clients that you could go back and work and say, hey, let me introduce you to Pat?
You like to think at least half, right? You like to think at least half that you can go back to and have a conversation. One of the things that we have done, because it is when you've had that book of clients for a bit of time, it is a weird email for them to get, hey, oh, by the way, here's what we're doing now. Mm-hmm. But we've done webinars, we've done in-person retirement workshops. Those become easy invitations for that agent to make out to their clients. And we come and we talk about some of these retirement roadblocks and challenges, but more importantly, what are some real life strategies that you can put in place to take on things like taxes and market risk, investment fees, and long-term care. And that becomes a great educational way to be able to showcase all the new areas that agent can truly be able to support. And what's beautiful about it is, we get to make a new client, put a new policy in place for that client. But guess what that client also becomes? An ambassador, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, I can go see that agent. They're going to help you with helping you figure out Social Security, your taxes. Oh, and they're also going to make sure they take great care of you on the health insurance, on the Medicare side too. That person just goes and runs and tells everybody.
So I'm doing the math in my head. If I've got 200 clients, 100 of them say, yeah, I'll do it. What's your average case size?
$230,000.
Okay. Yeah. $230,000. What's if you split the commission 50-50, what's the average commission?
They're starting to make around $10,000 per case that we close.
So even if I get 100 people to sit down with you, 25 of them say yes, that's not a bad, this is my buddy Pat.
Right.
Income.
Yeah. And oh, by the way, they're learning how to do it along the way. So if there's cases that they feel equipped to close and it doesn't take maybe a big chunk of time, they have the ability to be able to do that. And that's phenomenal too. If we give them the ability to be able to listen, these folks are going to go seek retirement help from somebody.
Yep.
Right? Whether it's the person down the street, and the unfortunate truth, a lot of times they're going to outfit them with financial products that may not make the most sense for them, but that's only going to make sense for that broker or financial planner or banker that's down the street. Why not make sure that we're taking care of them and putting them in the best solutions possible for them?
And you said something that you're doing, I know you've done for a lot of impact agents. You're actually saying, hey, you've got 200 clients. Let's invite them to a seminar. You kind of mentioned it, but I want to make sure people heard that. Let's invite them to a dinner, and I'll come out. I'll talk to them about the roadblocks to retirement and then set up appointments with them from that. And you get 50% of that as well.
50% of that they close. And the other thing we do, I mean, if that referral that they make to us makes an additional referral, right? We treat that just like an Elevate case. So that agent who maybe not even met that person still gets 50%. I mean, we just want to make sure that we're taking great care of the folks that we work with, and we want to provide, the opportunities for those folks to have tremendous amount of success. And these are dollars, you talk about Casey, how she's utilizing the revenue that she's generating. She'll make over $100,000 just in this part of her business this year. That is going back into her marketing efforts that are allowing her to continue to grow the Medicare part of her business.
And it's not taking away from her Medicare time. She's not marketing she's not going out buying annuity leads or what this is just extra that she's saying, hey, here's Pat. You have, it's become such a success that you've actually, it's not just you now. We got a team.
Yeah, you were talking about Pat gets 50%, and it's not. So we got a great team, and there's support, and there's operations that we put behind the scenes. We build out the investment side as well, and a tax part, estate planning. So, man, there's a big umbrella of things that we can come alongside to be able to help. So it is a phenomenal team that, sometimes I get put out there as the face, but man, it is certainly not all about me, but we got a phenomenal team that's continued to grow. And what's been neat is it is a magnet. We are attracting and a lot of folks are desiring to become a part of the retirement team because they see the mission, they see the opportunity, and they love the ability to be able to help people. We're doing a lot of Zoom meetings. So, I had to put pants on today. I didn't know if this was going to be shown, but a lot of Zooms, you can be in your mesh shorts from wherever you want to be.
Daisy Dukes
helping clients across the country.
Today. Yeah. So one thing that we haven't touched on is the stickiness and retention. It's a well-known fact now, because we write Medicare for residual income. That's the biggest reason agents write Medicare, right? 50% residual income. When you write an annuity in the home, that's just a little more sticky, right? Plus another opportunity for referral. And not only that, you're keeping another agent out of your house. Because if they call another agent that works with insurance and 401ks and all that stuff, odds are they may say, hey, while I'm in here looking at that, let me take a look at your Medicare plan. And so you're protecting that Medicare book as well.
Absolutely. We talk about the 3 C's to making 6 figures on annuities, right? And the beauty of it doesn't, again, alienate their core book of business. The 3 C's create a relationship, right? They can create a relationship with people in their warm network or with their existing clients or the new clients that are coming in front of them, whether it's through seminars or however they're marketing. Create the referral. We've provided some phenomenal systems and language and the ease of access to be able to make that referral. And the 3rd C is cash the check. Those are the three C's. If you get anything out of this, write those 3 C's down. It's a win for the client. It's a win for the agent. It's a win for us. It's truly a win-win-win.
I love it. So I want to get practical. Well, first I want to go back to Casey's story because I've known Casey since she was in diapers. I won't tell you how old that was, but I've known Casey for a long, long time. Casey, her first annuity, and we may have told this story before. She found somebody with $50,000. They said, we'll do an annuity, right? We'll do an annuity, $50,000. Well, Casey calls her dad and says, Dad, I found an annuity. You'd be proud of me. I'm going to go write it. And her dad's like, hold on, which is, of course, Brian Askins. He says, hold on. How much is it? She said, $50,000. He said, what do they do? She said, they're both engineers. He said, where is the money? I think it was Schwab or something like that, right? And he says, Casey, send that to Pat. Let Pat handle that. Casey didn't want to because
she won 100% of the $50,000.
Yeah. So Casey, after a while, her dad demands, you are going to, listen, you are still my, he may have even said the words, while you're in under my roof or something like that. But he said, give it to Pat. She sent it to you.
Over $2 million was the opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's those cases are weekly. It's incredible. A lot of the agents in our organization are closing business on their own. The average case size that they have is about $60,000. When they elevate that and our retirement division leads the meeting process and is closing it, the average case size is $230,000.
Why is that?
Because the agent doesn't know how to navigate and have the conversations to, I'm going to use the word, expose all of those different opportunities. just the other day, sitting down with a client, and we were looking at another CD account. Hey, we got $50,000. It's in this bank account, and they end up parking it in another CD. And they're like, "Hey, we thought we were going to be wasting your time." Never a waste of time. Hey, let me just tell you a little bit about who we are. Maybe it's some area we might be able to be a help to you in the future, or maybe somebody else that you know, and started to talk about who we are from an impact standpoint. We help folks with income planning and market safe strategies, help asset protection, long-term care, and you just see their eyes open up and like, hey, we didn't realize that these are all the areas that you can help. We obviously were just talking about that CD account, maybe thinking that you all could beat it. Would you be open to looking? This is their words. Yeah, would you be open to looking at our 600,000 we have over here and the other 600,000?
I don't know if we.
Yeah, we can probably make some time for that. But those are just, nearly almost weekly now. I'll have our retirement teams. Hey, here's another one where we thought that this was the target, and it ends up being a lot more than that.
Well, I think in Casey's, and this is a testament to Casey. I'm not. It may come out as negative. It's not at all. They trust Casey fully with their Medicare, right? They like Casey. Casey brings up annuities, so they're like, you know what? We like this kid. Let's give him $50,000 and see what happens. I think almost to the point where they're like, you know what? If she loses it, yeah, we're not happy, but then you bring in a professional. Again, nothing against Casey. Casey's a Medicare professional and one of the best in the business. But you bring in a professional. Nobody at first is going to tell you, okay, here's everything I have, right?
Right.
But you get the professional there, and it opens that up. So I want to finish up with this. Let's leave the people with some applicable stuff. You're in a Medicare appointment, not you, because we wouldn't put you in a Medicare appointment. I'm in a Medicare appointment. What are some key phrases that I could be using to get the conversation started about annuities?
Yeah. I hate to give a plug here, but we got some great tools that we have under the Impact Legacy group within our firm. Again, we do have folks outside of our agency using them, but they're using these same language starters, these conversation starters. You think about what folks are anxious about. Obviously, they are, and a lot of times when they're moving into Medicare, what are they doing? They're getting ready to retire. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and just some of it is just natural conversation. Oh, where are you retiring from? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Anybody helping you with your 401k? We're kind of evaluating. Hey, we got a great team. Here are some of the areas that they look at. And they lean into taxes and market risk. They evaluate investment fees, make sure people aren't overpaying for what they have. Those are just key areas. Would you be open to make sure that you are, when we use it, on track for your retirement? We put together a retirement confidence score, after meeting with those folks, to making sure that they're not going to run out of money, and put together these incredible plans. Would you be open to it? Mm-hmm. Golly, most people certainly. And so some of it's just some easy dialogue. It's not even using the word annuity in that conversation, right? Most folks don't know what an annuity is, and if they may have heard of it, they may have a negative connotation because some of these idiots are putting stupid stuff out there about how all annuities are the same and that all annuities are bad. Yeah, there's some bad annuities, but man, there's some great annuities that help truly protect folks, create incredible income, can add long-term care benefits to it. Mm-hmm. So there's some incredible strategies that we can be putting in place where we're really taking care of those folks. So I wanted to share this, in the financial industry, from a closing percentage, a lot of times that closing percentage is going to be, a benchmark is somewhere between 20 to 30%, being your closing rate. So for every 100 people you meet, you should be closing somewhere between 20 or 30 of them and making them a financial client, right? Mm-hmm. In our Elevate program, our agents, when they're making these referrals, we're now closing them this year at a 50% clip. And it's not just a testament to our retirement team and all the different areas that we look at and putting in place for folks. It's a testament because we have that trusted relationship with that Medicare agent in the room who is truly an advocate for them, and the client sees that. It is just an incredible way, and it's super helpful and powerful for us when they're 50%. Involved in it. 50% closing.
That's half. I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah. Talking to a friend the other day, and his agency, and they do a lot of social media, they're closing at a 5% clip. I didn't want to share them like what we're doing.
Yeah.
I did, because I'm trying to bring him over to our team. He'd be a great fit.
So you mentioned before, Impact Legacy Group the year before you joined. And again, it's not that Pat joined it, but let's say it this way. The year before we put the Elevate program into place, you said $10 million.
I think it was somewhere under 10, maybe 9, maybe 10 million, I think is what they did the year before I joined the company.
That was 22, right?
Yeah.
23, what?
60 million, another, up 75 if you include some of the traditional and long-term care life that was put in there. 75 million with an M.
Wow. What's 24 looking like?
Well, our goal is 100. Yeah,
well, Brian just heard it, so it's now a promise.
He knows it because our internal goal is 114, and we use that as premium and talking about the amount of dollars that we're protecting. But we have a target to protect over 500 families this year.
That is going to hit it.
We're going to hit it, brother.
We're going to hit it. That's nice. Guys, if they want to reach out to Pat, what's the easiest way to do that?
Yeah, you can obviously go to impactlegacygroup.com. There's a place up there on the top where you can literally go to retirement group. You don't need to log in to find out and locate information about our team. So impactlegacygroup.com.
We'll put that right there, depending on where
right there. Feel free to share my email. I know that this gets shared on a lot of different places too, and I get tagged, so feel free to reach out on that. Pat.Schmidt@impactlegacygroup.com. Best phone number, 614-563-2818.
We'll put that on there too. Awesome. Well, thank you, man. Great job as always.
Appreciate you having me here, Dallas.
Absolutely. Guys, we do want to thank you for watching. I would encourage you to do this. I want to leave you with some homework. Think about 5 people that you could introduce that you think, you know what? I know they just retired, or I know they just had a life-changing thing. Send them over to Pat, and then let me know how it goes, okay? Let me know. Put it in the comments. This is not a way for me to make money off anything. I don't make anything off what Pat does with his group. But let me know how it goes. Let me know in the comments section if Pat was helpful or not. I'd be very interested to see if he could help you turn $626 into over $10,000. So thank you again for watching. Thank you to Adam in the booth making us look good. And please tune in next week as we continue on the Medicare Sales Playbook. Have a great week.